my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
What do you know about mind flayers?
Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know. Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flayer specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
I fought one of them.
Here, on the Sword Coast. Impossible.
Not only have I encountered a mind flayer, I've killed one.
That can't be.
I was captured by mind flayers before. I'm lucky to be alive.
You're mad! But, tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter?
I have, and the mind flayer infected me with a parasite.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now.
If only your disbelief could alter facts.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flayer? Huh, ridiculous. Isn't it?
Examine me. Find out for yourself.
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just peer in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet gods!
I want rid of this thing by any means necessary.
If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by elithid worms.
We should have as little to do with these tadpoles as we can.
Well said. This dream figure is no friend to us.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile. Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite...
Are you alright? Is there anything I can do to help you?
You do plenty for me, more than you realize. But this cannot be remedied. The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was, too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
I had a wild dream last night. This beautiful entity came to me, promised to protect me, told me the parasite in our heads could give us power.
I had a similar dream. A side effect of the tadpole.
Sounds like it. What did you make of it?
I think it's some kind of psionic trick. I didn't believe a word it said.
Damn right. Things like a splinter. We just need to find a way to squeeze it out.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones?
It happened to you as well.
Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess, in the waking world or otherwise.
I want to get to know you more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself besides Shah, besides tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
You'll have to point out night orchids to me if we ever pass some.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd care to share?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memories suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
You've had your memory suppressed. That seems extreme.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed.
I can't help but feel you and I might have missed a chance to connect. Truly connect.
I think I know what you mean. There's an undeniable rapport, and yet we haven't made time for each other. Time alone. Easily remedied, if you like. I know a place.
I'd like that. Just lead the way.
Not just yet. Let's choose our moment. Some quiet night, when the others are asleep and there's no distractions, I'll come for you.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
I did.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
I don't trust it. We should avoid using these powers.
Is there a reason you're such an utter drip? I mean, do you have some sort of condition? Honestly, it's like you hate good news. Did you actually want something, or are you just here to spoil my fun?
Tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
How does someone become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free and a true vampire.
In theory?
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
I thought vampires couldn't walk into homes without an invitation.
We can't. And yet I cross the threshold like moonlight through leaves. This worm is a powerful little beast, isn't it?
Yes, that's what worries me.
Oh, don't be so glum. Look at the power it's bringing us. I can walk in sunlight, trespass upon any home, manipulate minds. There isn't another vampire in the realms like me. Granted, the looming doom is an issue, but why not enjoy the benefits while we can?
So about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I need to know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
No, you can't feed on people. Animals only.
What? Oh, you're joking. Although, what do you consider an animal? I mean, elves and humans are obviously out, but the goblins, kobolds, gnomes?
If it can think, you're not feeding on it.
You're overestimating how capable goblins are of thought, but fine. Do it your way.
That monster hunter we met in the swamp, he's looking for you, isn't he?
So it would seem. Hopefully he bumps into some gnolls while stumbling around at night, and that's the last we hear from him.
But why was he hunting you? What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped, just like you. It seems Cazador wants me back.
And who is Cazador exactly?
Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor.
You're sure Cazador's behind this?
It was him, I'm sure. Only he would know to send the Gur after me. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
You can't hold every Gur responsible for what happened to you.
I think you'll find I can. And there's nothing your bleeding heart can do to change my mind.
So why send one after you now? To remind you of that night?
Perhaps. You probably thought it was funny. But more likely, he's trying to send me a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back.
But why capture you? Why not just kill you?
Maybe he wants to make an example of me, to show what happens to runaways. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me.
Well, you're safe with me.
Safe? You think I'm safe? Do you know the power a vampire lord possesses? He can change shape, turn into mist, call walls to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. And you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you.
Can he do that? Just walk into our camp?
Probably not. He has to rest in his crypt during the day. I've never known him to leave Baldur's Gate. But he has no end of lackeys. He'll send someone else in his place. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight. We can probably make an exception for Will. Probably.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Glick. I had a dream. As we all did, I suspect. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise, it is gate deception.
You're right. We should ignore this dream figure at all costs.
A wise choice. These parasites are a threat to be destroyed, not an opportunity to be exploited.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
You don't believe this was a real person talking to you then?
A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word. Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask?
Flowers, leaves, grass. Can't beat it.
I was raised in the city. I'm more used to feeling cobblestones underfoot than grass and fallen leaves.
Before I went to Avernus, I'd have agreed with you. Nothing quite like Baldur's Gate, is there?
Nothing in my recollection.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
Aren't you afraid this is going to overload your engine?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Got a coin slot in your heart or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time we're in battle, we'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. And I hear you are the one to thank. I'm grateful. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it.
You can keep your coin.
Very good of you. Thank you.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Korga. As for us...
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
We'll see you there.
We did it. Come on. Give me a kiss.
Hold still. Fine.
I'll kiss you when you stop bleeding, you lump.
I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive. Not that your blade didn't help too.
Gods, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
You do good work. If you can handle more than goblins, might be I'll have use of you in Baldur's Gate.
I don't have the idol you were after.
Damn it! Having that stashed away would have made life a lot easier.
The younglings are a nuisance. But the road would not be the same without them. Thank you.
Let us go! I wish to feel the road beneath my hooves. Taste the fresh grass.
For anything. Come on. Give me a kiss.
Baldur's Gate, we're coming.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
Back to worrying about road rations it is. So many mouths to feed, but, well, that's not a bad problem to have. Thank you, truly.
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. We're sick of running from those rats.
I nearly dispatched those goblins myself, but it seems you managed well enough. And why wield a masterwork where a butcher's blade will do? My thanks, truly.
It was you, right? Who took care of the goblins? I knew you were a good one.
So it's true. You scattered the goblins. Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast. Thank you.
I'm just glad I could help.
As am I. And I'm sure those poor refugees would quite agree.
Thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil. Mind if I take a listen?
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up.
Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help, but I'd need infernal iron. And a prayer that my hammer will survive the work. That thing isn't meant to operate outside of Ernest. I'm not sure how much longer it'll keep running the way it's going.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please.
Hey, soldier. I think we picked up some of that infernal iron already. What say you? Should I give it to him?
Absolutely. Let's see what he can do.
Please let this work.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment. And I think... There. You'll have to install it, I'm afraid. I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable. Cheers, mate.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation, or if we had some kind of enchanted coolant. Find me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlak. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way, I miss my forge.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
We'll find more infernal iron and get you that second upgrade too.
Sooner rather than later would be good. I feel like I'm burning serious fuel.
Will you be alright?
Oh, fuck yes. I'm ready to burn all night. Speaking of, I could eat a giant badger. Is it almost time for dinner?
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
An error, most grave master. I beg your grace.
Grace is bestowed by nature, not me. You will stay as a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, the natural order of things. It is up to you to prove the lessons have been learned once more.
So as you say. And so it is done, master.
You'll have your hands full with her. She shows great spirit, to put it mildly.
She shows great insolence. But time will humble her. And the Grove still needs her. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The Grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts.
What about my problem? I need help.
Tomorrow morning, we shall discuss what is to come.
goes. May Sylvanas forgive me.
We're free of the goblins, but the grove is changed. Wounded. The days ahead won't be easy. I'm glad we have Halsin to guide us.
You done it. You brought Halsin back. Thank you.
No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanas bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task.
Think nothing of it. I'm glad Halsin is safe.
As am I. The grove will be whole again. And I promised you a reward, didn't I? Let me show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Blessed day. I was worried I'd never see Master Halsin again. You kept your word. Thank you.
Of course, it's my duty to help those in need.
And bloody hells, did we need it. But here, to mend any hurts.
Wing's still a little stiff, but I'm getting stronger.
A parasite. Take it. It might be useful. This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
I'm not sure about this.
Don't worry. You won't come to harm. I'll protect you. You are not ready. That's all right. But try to overcome this resistance sooner rather than later. It will make things much easier for you.
Toddlers are easier to please than you lot.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful.
You did a good thing. Suck it up and enjoy yourself.
Enjoy myself? There's a worm in my brain, hunters on my trail, and all I've got to drink is wine that tastes like vinegar.
Relax. All your problems will still be there in the morning.
That means I have to survive tonight. And this party. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
And what's your idea of a little fun?
By the hells. Sex, my dear. A night of passion. Not with you, just to be clear. I mean, can you imagine? Ugh, no. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have someone else to sniff around.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Refugees.
Exactly right. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. odd.
Are you worried Shah won't approve?
Something like that. I was taught to reject anything that distracted from Shah. But there'll be time for penance later. Share a bottle with me?
I'd be glad to.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
I'll find you after everyone's turned in for the night.
Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Neogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us you have promised your night to the half-elf. I've no doubt you will satisfy your tastes for endless conversation.
I'm grateful for your aid. You really are a gifted warrior.
Vlaakith demands of me no less. If only I might lay claim to my proper trophy. Come morning, you will wonder. You will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself. Astarion looks particularly tempting.
How about...
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you.
That's my girl.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know.
That sounded dangerously close to a compliment.
And that sounds like the wine drowning your wits. Go on, enjoy yourself. I've squirreled away a few extra bottles. When the barrel's tapped out, I'll be there to save the night. For a price, of course.
I like these people. They're joyful. It's contagious.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. But I need an angle. Any ideas?
Not really. I'm not much of a bard.
Oh, come on. There must be something.
I don't deserve such praise. I serve a higher power.
The gods have enough people singing about them. But fine. I'll do my best.
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
Take your own advice, why don't you? Go on, mingle a little.
Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in the goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
Aha, there you are! Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night.
And by this, you mean...
Why, your naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre. Something iconic, but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all.
I already have a name.
A wonderful one indeed. But your deeds loom larger than life now, my friend. You simply must have a title to match.
You have something in mind?
Far too much. This is the very problem. If you could set aside your many triumphs, carry out one defining act, not to belittle your achievements to date, of course, but besting a dragon, a giant, a god, perhaps. I must deliberate. Go. Enjoy your evening. I shall have work for you in the days to come.
Thank you.
What for?
I'm glad you sought me out. Amidst all this merriment, I wasn't sure we'd have a chance to speak this evening. I was hoping you'd spare me a moment. There was something rather magical I wished to show you. More's the pity you've already found someone else to make merry with. Just the two of you. There's something unspeakable about Shadowheart. But I mean that in a good way. She seems to me like a bud on the cusp of bursting into a rose. That, or deadly nightshade. Far be it from me, of course, to question your tastes.
What were you going to show me?
That, my friend, must remain a secret for now. Or rather, for as long as you've eyes only for someone else among our troop. Another night, perhaps.
Sherry! That's infernal for cheers. Or possibly turnip.
I need to dance! No. No, I need to lie down.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold! Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone.
Of course I noticed. It was no party without you.
Really? I'm honored. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Horns this sharp will pop the balloons, you see, and the guests won't take kindly to scars quite so monstrous.
Come on, you're exaggerating. Not that much has changed.
I feel spikes beginning to sprout in places they really shouldn't. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music.
I wish you were there, but I'll respect your need for peace.
Some time alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Are you this unpleasant by nature or choice?
I'm the only one showing proper, sober respect. We survived. Others didn't.
Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. Speaking of, from where I'm standing, it looks like you and Shadowheart are getting more familiar. She's a funny one, all pointy and secretive, but it seems like there's someone very sweet beneath it all, you know? Good to see the two of you getting along anyway. At least one of us is getting a little action. Though, you know, if you wanted to meet up later, maybe we could meet up later.
You know there's someone else, Karlach.
I know, but you only live once. And if you never throw your dart, you'll never hit the bullseye.
You really are something, aren't you?
Thank you for noticing.
Enjoy yourself tonight, Karlach.
Not if I enjoy you first. Enjoy the party. And enjoy so-and-so too while you're at it. For now.
Buzz of celebration quiets to a soothing hum as you approach your bunk. Though you seek repose, you needn't spend the night alone. There is one who yearns for you in the dark. Who will you seek? Your heart skips a beat. What treasures might this night bestow?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me.
I wouldn't dream of missing it.
So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions?
To victory.
Dominant, self-centered, savoring another's loss. I like it. To victory. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you.
Something about me? I'm surprised you cared.
Fishing for blackmail material, that's all. Go on. I insist. Seems like you truly know the city. I never got to explore it to my liking. Don't stop now. Not just as things are getting interesting.
Your turn, I insist. A little give and take is only fair.
Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now.
Wrong. You like night orchids and can't swim. You told me once.
I did. And you remembered. You're sweet. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
The others can wait. I don't want this to end just yet.
Another moment won't kill them, I suppose. Well, it might, but let's take that risk. Thank you for last night.
I hope there'll be more to come.
Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
That didn't hurt, did it?
The pain was worth it.
I should think so. Let's head back, if we must.